Too many of you are living someone else's life. You're chasing someone else's dream. You're trying to be someone else's version of success. You're looking for validation from people who don't even know their own purpose. You're a talking billboard for someone else's brand, and you're empty. You're exhausted. You're not living. You're just existing. Let me tell you something. The most valuable asset you have is not your money, not your car, not your job. The most valuable asset you have is you. And until you invest in yourself, until you pour into yourself, until you discover the treasure that's buried inside of you, you'll always be poor no matter how much money you have. You'll always be lost no matter where you go. Stop looking to the left and to the right. Stop comparing yourself to others. Stop waiting for someone to give you permission to be great. The greatest journey you'll ever take is the journey inward. The greatest discovery you'll ever make is the discovery of who you were born to be. The greatest investment you'll ever make is the investment in your own growth. You were not born to be a carbon copy. You were born to be an original. And an original is a masterpiece. But a masterpiece requires time, effort, and attention. It requires focus. So for every moment after, I want you to make a covenant with yourself. From now on, I will focus on me. Not out of selfishness, but out of a deep understanding that you cannot give what you do not have. You cannot serve from an empty vessel. This isn't just a catchy phrase. It's the fundamental truth of your existence. Too many of you are running around with a checklist you didn't write, trying to complete a project that has someone else's name on it. You're a brilliant, unique piece of a cosmic puzzle, but you're trying to fit yourself into a space meant for a different piece. It's no wonder you feel friction, frustration, and failure. You're not failing. You're just operating outside of your own design. Think about it this way. The sun doesn't try to be the moon. It doesn't look up at the night sky and say, man, I wish I had those craters and that beautiful soft glow. My job is too hot, too bright. No, the sun just shines. It fulfills its purpose without apology, without comparison, without trying to be anything other than what it was born to be. Its purpose is to give light and warmth, and in doing so, it creates life and sustains entire ecosystems. It's a personal assignment fulfilled perfectly. You too have a personal assignment. Your life isn't a group project. You can't delegate your purpose to your parents, your friends, or your spouse. They can't do your work for you, and you can't live through them. Your purpose is a solo mission. It's a journey you must take alone into the wilderness of your own soul to find the map that was hidden there at your birth. The world tells you to conform. It tells you to get in line, to follow the crowd, to be a sheep. But the shepherd isn't looking for sheep. He's looking for the leader, the one who can see the path ahead. And your path is unique. The footprints you leave behind are yours and yours alone. When you try to copy someone else, you are devaluing the original. You are saying, what God made me to be is not good enough. And that, my friend, is the greatest lie you can ever tell yourself. Your flaws, your quirks, your unique experiences, they aren't mistakes. They are the raw materials for your masterpiece. They are the chisel marks that give your soul its shape. Every day you have a choice. You can live someone else's highlight reel, or you can start filming your own epic movie. You can listen to the noise of the crowd, or you can listen to the quiet whisper of your own purpose. The truth is, the world doesn't need another YouTuber, another lawyer, or another doctor, unless that is your unique purpose. The world needs you to be the best version of you, whatever that looks like. It needs you to bring your personal assignment to life. And when you do, it won't just inspire you, it will inspire everyone around you to go find their own purpose. That's how we change the world, not by being copies, but by being originals. Don't be a follower, be the pathfinder. Now, let's get into the heart of the matter. We're talking about comparison's a thief of joy and a killer of purpose. This isn't just a quaint little proverb you put on a refrigerator magnet. This is a profound spiritual and psychological truth that is destroying your life one scroll, one swipe, one glance at your neighbor's new car at a time. The moment you start looking at what someone else has, what someone else is doing, what someone else has achieved, you are effectively taking a knife to your own soul. You are saying to yourself, my life, my journey, my purpose is not enough. And when you say that, you cripple your spirit, you paralyze your potential, and you surrender your happiness to someone else's highlight reel. Look around you. You see a friend posting pictures from a luxurious vacation. Your brain immediately starts a comparison calculation. I'm still at my desk. They are on a beach. I'm working. They are living. What you don't see is the mountain of debt they went into to pay for that trip, the fights they had leading up to it, or the deep knowing insecurity they're trying to outrun. You're comparing your full, multi-dimensional, messy, beautiful life to a single, curated, two-dimensional snapshot. And in that moment, you don't feel inspired, you feel defeated. You don't feel a call to action, you feel a sense of inadequacy. You've allowed a thief to steal your joy. Or perhaps you're a young person just starting your career. You look at your peers who seem to be climbing the corporate ladder at a supersonic speed. They have the title, the salary, the corner office. You're still in a cubicle, still grinding. The voice in your head screams, what am I doing wrong? Why am I so slow? You don't know the full story. You don't see the long nights, the sacrificed weekends, the friendships that crumbled under the weight of ambition. You don't see the silent compromises they had to make to get ahead. You're not on their path. Their ladder might be leading to a beautiful view, but what if your path is leading to an even greater destiny, a destiny that is unique to you? You're so busy looking at their ladder that you can't even see the door that's right in front of you. You've allowed comparison to kill your purpose. It's whispering to you that your pace is wrong, that your path is flawed, that your potential is limited, when in fact your potential is unlimited if you would just stop looking over your shoulder. Let me tell you about the garden. Every seed has its own specific season. A mango seed doesn't look at the apple seed and say, why am I not growing as fast as you? Why am I not producing fruit in 3 months? The mango seed understands its own process. It knows it takes years of deep, hidden growth before it can bear the fruit of its destiny. The apple seed is on its own journey. If the mango tree tried to become an apple tree, it would not only fail to be an apple tree, but it would also fail to fulfill its purpose as a mango tree. It would produce a bitter, useless imitation. The same is true for you. You were designed to be a specific type of tree with a specific type of fruit. And the moment you start comparing your growth cycle to someone else's, you prevent yourself from becoming the magnificent, fruitful being you were created to be. Comparison is a parasite. It latches onto your self-worth and sucks the life out of it. It tells you your value is not in your existence, but in your performance relative to others. It's a game you can never win. Because even if you become a little bit better than the person you're comparing yourself to today, a new person will show up tomorrow, a new benchmark will be set, and the game begins all over again. You are on a hamster wheel of inadequacy, and the only way to get off is to realize that the race was a lie from the beginning. There is no race. There is only your journey. So what's the solution? The solution is to turn your gaze inward. The only person you should ever compare yourself to is the person you were yesterday. Ask yourself, am I a little bit better today than I was yesterday? Am I a little bit wiser, a little bit kinder, a little bit more in line with my purpose? When you focus on your own growth, your own evolution, comparison loses its power. It becomes irrelevant. Your journey becomes a source of endless fascination and fulfillment because you are no longer trying to be a cheap imitation of someone else's success. You are becoming the authentic, powerful, and original version of yourself. You are a masterpiece in progress, a work of art. And the artist, the one who designed you, didn't make a mistake. Your struggles, your setbacks, your unique timeline, these are all part of the process. So stop looking at the canvases next to you in the gallery. Stop worrying about how many people are looking at their work. Just focus on your own painting. Pour your heart and soul into it. Let your colors shine. The world is waiting not for a copy, but for an original, for a beautiful, imperfect, perfectly you masterpiece. You know, we live in a world that tells you to invest in everything but yourself. They tell you to invest in stocks, in real estate, in cryptocurrency. They tell you to buy a bigger house, a faster car, a new phone. And while those things might have their place, they are all external. They are all things that can be lost, that can depreciate, that can be taken away from you. But the greatest, most profound, and most secure investment you will ever make is in yourself. This isn't just about financial gain. This is about spiritual and personal wealth. This is about building an empire that no one can ever take from you. Think about a farmer. Does a farmer sow seeds in barren ground? Does he just hope for a harvest without tending to the soil, without watering, without nurturing the plant? Of course not. A smart farmer invests in the land first. He enriches the soil, clears the weeds, and creates the conditions for life to flourish. You are the land and your potential is the seed. How much time do you spend enriching your mind? How much effort do you put into weeding out negative thoughts and toxic relationships? How much energy do you pour into watering the seeds of your dreams with knowledge and positive action? If you are not investing in yourself, you are expecting to reap a harvest from barren ground. It simply will not happen. Your education, your skills, your health, your inner peace, these are not expenses, they are assets. The wisdom you gain from reading a book is worth more than the cost of that book. The energy you get from a healthy meal is more valuable than the price you paid for it. The peace you find through meditation or quiet reflection is priceless. These are investments that appreciate over time. They compound. The knowledge you gain today becomes the wisdom you use tomorrow. The self-discipline you build in one area of your life strengthens every other area. Look at your daily life. Do you spend more time scrolling on your phone than you do learning a new skill? Do you spend more money on coffee than you do on a course that could change your career? Do you spend more time complaining about your health than you do taking a walk? These small choices, these daily investments, determine your future. You are either investing in your growth or in your decay. There is no neutral ground. Your external world is a reflection of your internal world. If your inner world is chaotic, empty, and undeveloped, your outer world will be the same. But if you begin to pour into yourself, if you start to build a fortress of knowledge, a reservoir of wisdom, and a temple of inner strength, then your external life will begin to transform. You become the source, not the seeker. You attract success because you have become successful from the inside out. Stop waiting for someone else to fill your cup. Start pouring into yourself. Too many of you are living with a someday mentality. You're waiting for a hero, a savior, a rescue. You're waiting for the government to change, for your boss to recognize your worth, for a lottery ticket to fix all your problems. You're waiting for a knight in shining armor to ride in and slay the dragons in your life. But let me tell you something. There is no one coming. You are your own rescue. This isn't a message of hopelessness. It's a message of profound empowerment. The greatest gift you have is the power to change your own circumstances. The resources you're looking for, the solutions you're praying for, the strength you're yearning for, they are all within you. You are a walking, talking treasure chest of untapped potential, and you're just waiting for someone else to give you the key. Well, I'm here to tell you that you swallowed the key years ago. Look at a simple everyday example. You're frustrated with your health. You complain about your weight, your lack of energy, your unhealthy habits. You wish a magic pill or a personal trainer would just show up and fix you. But the truth is, the fix is in your own hands. It's in the choice to go for a walk instead of sitting on the couch. It's in the decision to make a healthy meal instead of ordering takeout. You are your own rescue from a life of fatigue and sickness. The power to change is in your hands, not in someone else's. Or consider your career. You're unhappy with your job. You feel stuck. And you're waiting for a promotion, for a new opportunity to just fall into your lap. You're waiting for your manager to notice your hard work. But what if you took the initiative to learn a new skill? What if you created your own opportunity by starting a side project? What if you became so valuable that they couldn't ignore you? You are your own rescue from a dead-end career. The power to change your professional life is not in your boss's office. It's in your own mind and your own actions. Waiting for a rescue is a form of spiritual suicide. It's an abdication of your divine responsibility. You were given a mind to think, hands to work, and a spirit to endure. You were not created to be a victim of circumstance. You were created to be a master of your destiny. So stop looking to the heavens for a sign and start looking inside for the strength. Stop waiting for someone to save you. You are the one you've been waiting for. Now go and rescue yourself. All right, let's get in the fifth and final key point. Your greatest asset is your identity. This is the core of everything. It's not about what you have, it's about who you are. And too many of you are letting your identity be defined by external things, by your job title, by your bank account, by the likes on your social media, by what other people say about you. You're building your house on sand, and the first storm that comes along, a job loss, a bad review, a failed relationship, will cause your entire world to crumble. Because if your identity is tied to something that can be taken away, then you have no identity at all. Your identity is not a costume you put on. It's the very fabric of your being. It's the unique blueprint of who you were born to be, and it is absolutely priceless. You were not born to be a copy. You were born to be an original, and an original is a masterpiece. But you cannot be an original if you are constantly trying to fit into a mold created by society's expectations, by your family's pressure, or by your own fears. You must guard your identity with everything you have, because when you lose it, you lose everything. Think about a lion. A lion does not try to be a gazelle. It doesn't look at the gazelle's speed and say, man, I wish I could run that fast. A lion knows its identity. Its power lies not in its speed, but in its strength, its ferocity, its presence. It carries itself with a certain regal confidence because it knows who it is. And because it knows its identity, it fulfills its purpose as a king of the jungle. Now, imagine a lion that tried to be a gazelle. It would fail at being a gazelle, and it would lose its identity as a lion. It would become a confused, pathetic creature living a life of fear and frustration. You, my friend, are a lion. Stop trying to be a gazelle just to fit in with the herd. Embrace the roar that is within you. Your identity is not found in a bank statement. It's not in the size of your house or the number of letters after your name. It's in the depth of your character, the strength of your integrity, the kindness of your heart, the resilience of your spirit. When everything else is stripped away, who are you? When the job is gone, the money is gone, the praise is gone, who is left? That is your true identity. And if you haven't invested in that identity, you are spiritually bankrupt. Let's look at a common daily example. You post a picture on social media and you don't get as many likes as you expected. A little part of you dies. Why? Because you tied your identity to that external validation. Your worth was determined by the clicks of strangers. But if your identity is rooted in your inherent value, in the fact that you are a unique, precious being, then the number of likes becomes utterly irrelevant. You know your worth. You don't need 1,000 people to tell you who you are or consider a setback at work. You get a bad performance review. If your identity is tied to your success, you will be crushed. You will feel like a failure. But if your identity is rooted in your resilience, in your ability to learn and to grow, then a bad review becomes a data point, a learning opportunity, a moment for course correction. It doesn't define you, it informs you. It's a temporary setback on a lifelong journey of self-improvement. It's not who you are, it's just what happened. The journey to building a strong, authentic identity is a journey inward. It requires you to be quiet, to listen to your own soul, to understand your values, your passions, your purpose. It requires you to disconnect from the noise of the world and connect to the voice within you. It's not about becoming someone else. It's about becoming more of yourself. It's about shedding the layers of who the world told you to be and embracing the truth of who you are. You have been given a unique code, a spiritual fingerprint that no one else has. Your job is to live that code, to express that fingerprint, to be unapologetically you. And when you do, something miraculous happens. You don't have to chase validation anymore. You don't have to seek approval. You don't have to prove your worth. You simply live in the truth of who you are. And the right people and the right opportunities are drawn to you like a magnet. Your identity becomes your greatest strength, your most powerful asset, and your unshakable foundation. Now go build it. And so we've arrived at this moment, the moment of decision, the closing of this hookup, but the opening of your new life. You've heard the truth. You've seen the map. Now, it's time to choose whether you will merely appreciate the terrain or actually begin the journey. We talked about your purpose as a personal assignment, a unique solo mission that cannot be delegated. We talked about comparison being the thief, not just of joy, but of your very reason for being. We talked about self-investment, the only asset that truly appreciates, the only fortress that cannot fall. We talked about you being your own rescue, the hero of your own story, the only one with the power to change your circumstances. And finally, we talked about identity, that priceless, non-negotiable asset that must be guarded at all costs. Now, bring all 5 of those truths together, and what do you have? You have an unstoppable force. You have a human being operating in full alignment with their original design. You have a life that is no longer dictated by fear or the opinions of others, but by an internal compass pointing directly to your North Star. I want you to think about what is stopping you right now. It's not a lack of resources, is it? It's not a lack of time. You have the same 24 hours in a day as everyone who has ever changed the world. What is truly stopping you is the invisible chains of comfort and the deafening echo of doubt. It's the voice that whispers, who are you to be great? Or it's too late for you. That voice is a lie. That voice is the thief. That voice is the ultimate agent of the external world, trying to pull you back into the mediocrity from which you were never meant to come. You have to fight that voice. You have to look that doubt in the eye and declare, with the authority of your own creation, I am who I say I am, and my time is now. You must remember that the call is coming from inside the house. The power you seek is not out there. It is already within you. You must understand that life is not about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. You are not a sculpture waiting to be discovered. You are the sculptor, the clay, and the chisel. Every morning is a fresh chance to pick up that chisel and shape the person you want to become. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for the right moment. There is no right moment. The moment is now. The universe responds to action, not to wishing. Too many people live their lives in the prison of I wish, or wish I were wealthy. I wish I were happy, but those words carry no weight. They are empty air. The language of destiny is I will create wealth. I will be brave. I will define my own happiness. There is a massive life-altering difference between those two sentences. One is a beggar's plea. The other is a conqueror's decree. Which one are you speaking over your life today? The greatest regret in life is not what we did, but what we did not do. It is the talent we kept hidden, the words we left unspoken, the dream we allowed to die in the safety of our comfort zone. Comfort is a drug, seduces you into believing that stagnation is stability. But the ship that stays safely in the harbor will never know the majesty of the open sea. It will never fulfill its purpose. It will never weather the storms that forge character. You are not a paper boat meant to float in a bathtub. You're a battleship built to navigate oceans and discover new worlds. So cast off the ropes of fear. Pull up the anchor of self-doubt. Unfurl the sails of your purpose and point your bow toward the horizon of your potential. You are the captain of your soul. You are the master of your fate. If the winds don't favor you, grab the oars and row. You are your own rescue. This deep internal focus we're talking about, it's not selfish, it is foundational. You cannot pour from an empty cup. If you haven't invested in yourself, how can you give generously to your family, your community, your world? If you are running on empty, trying to save others, you are simply dragging two depleted people through the mud. But when you are full of purpose, full of health, full of self-respect, you become a source, a spring of living water that refreshes everyone you meet. You don't just give people a fish. You teach them how to fish simply by demonstrating the power of owning your life. You become the light that guides, not the beggar that asks. Your life is your message to the world. Make it an inspiring one. Make it a bold one. Make it an original one. Don't be a follower of trends, be a pioneer of truth. Don't be a whisper in the wind, be a thunderclap that shakes the foundations of the status quo. When you're gone, what will be said? Will they say, who tried hard to fit in? Or will they say, she dared to stand out? Will they say, they were just like everyone else? Or will they say, they left a mark that cannot be erased? The time for excuses is over. The time for procrastination is dead. The power to change your life resides in this very breath, this very moment. Don't wait for a sign. You are the sign. Don't wait for an opportunity. You are the opportunity. Don't wait for the magic to happen. You are the magic. Go forth. Own your assignment. Slay the thief of comparison. Invest relentlessly in your greatest asset. Step up as your own rescue and solidify your identity as the magnificent, unique, and powerful being you were created to be. Let the world witness the explosion of focused potential that is you. Let your life be the ultimate mic drop, a demonstration of what happens when a soul dares to live according to its truth and its purpose alone, without apology, without hesitation, and